Hello! Welcome back to the channel or Instagram account, depending on where you're watching this. I have an update for my Hoya that I chopped up about 2 months ago. You can find that original video on YouTube if you haven't seen it. And here it is. This is the mother plant that has grown back very quickly with flowers. Check this out. It's doing great. It definitely grew back way faster than the original vines that I chopped off grew in. It might also be because it's summertime and it's getting plenty of light. But look at this one. It got so excited that this vine put out it branched off into another vine and has a peduncle forming down there. So it's really happy right now. That was to be expected though, because it was happy to begin with and all I did was chop off vines. So, but I was surprised at how fast it put out buds after being chopped off. So those are really pretty. I'm excited to see what those look like in person. And now for the pot of propagated cuttings, because people might be thinking, it's really easy just to chop off your plant. How is the other one doing? And so I'm here for an update. And, this is also doing well. All of these cuttings are rooted, and I think most of them are growing. As you can see in here, there's little vines popping out everywhere. And some of the vines came out really fast. It looks like that one is also doing the same thing where I pointed it. It's got a vine and it's branching already, so it must be pretty happy in its situation. I never ended up putting this in the propagation box that I said I would in the last video. I just stuck it over here on this table of Hoya, which looks pretty ridiculous right now. Because that's basically where the other one was sitting. And so here's my theory. If your mother plant is growing actively and doing really well, I think you should just put the cuttings right next to the mother plant, because the conditions that cause this to grow well are very likely to cause this to root and grow well. So I think that's where I'm at these days on propagation. Unless you've just purchased like a really expensive cutting of a plant, in that case, put it in the propagation box, do all the special tricks to get your plant to root and grow. But when I'm feeling relaxed and not worried at all, I just stick them out in the open air in the house, no extra humidity, and they do well. So I don't think that there's roots in the bottom yet, but it doesn't apparently need them to be actively growing. It doesn't need them down that far. So yeah, it's doing quite well. Right now I water this the same as the rest of my Hoyas now that it's established. So about every other time or every second time that I put water in the pots, I try to use nutrients. And I think I maybe need to do it more often, like actually do it every other time. I say that I do, but I probably don't do it that often, just because it takes a little bit of time to go mix up the jug of water with the nutrients. But yeah, while it was rooting, it was just sitting on this saucer, so I would come up with my watering can and just do like 2 or 3 seconds of water, just splash it in around the pot, and no more than what would fit in this saucer. And people might be wondering, like, how is that enough water to keep the balls moist enough for the cuttings to root? Because some people would use water to the top while it's rooting, or some people would just stick it in water to root. But I don't think that the stem needs to be in contact with actual moisture or water. I think that in the pot, there just needs to be high humidity, which the LECA is really good for. So if there's actual water down here, when it evaporates, it has to be forced up. And so that evaporating water is going to be great for telling those roots to grow. They come out as those little, well, you can see, like little white roots. And after some time, at first the roots look very delicate. They're kind of squishy, but after some time they firm up on the LECA balls. So yeah, let me know if you would like an update on any other plants that you've seen on Instagram or YouTube, because I've been chopping a lot of plants these days, and none of them have failed. They're all doing well so far. Yeah, let me know which ones you're curious about seeing an update on, and I'll do that for you. And thanks for watching this so far, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye!